Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be at in the world. I wanted to come on here and do a live video about the Osun and Eleggua, but I want to start with Eleggua first. So I'm trying to make sure it's set correctly. Okay. Now, I'm waiting on some people to come in. I'm going to have to tag people to come in so they can. And yes, I read from an improv, which would be another phone, because I don't like to do a lot of writing. I really don't, because it's irritating. So what I like to do is I like to read from an extra phone. Even though the phone don't work, it's a phone. So if everybody would come back from my last live, that would be awesome. That would be very awesome. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to invite. And so, there we go. Hey, beloved, how are you? How are things going? Share this feed so that people can come in and view my video. That would be awesome. All right. I wanted to talk about the Yoruba theology of Ishu Eleggua. Eleggua, Ishu, they're both the same person. So a lot of times people think they're two separate people, and they're not. Oh, well, that's good. And they're not. They're the same person, only with Ishu, you're working with him at night. With him, he does the shadow work at night. So when you're dealing with Ishu, hey, mommy, how are you? When you're dealing with Ishu at night, you're basically doing shadow work. So when you're doing shadow work, you're dealing with Ishu at night. Even though his colors are still yet black and red, most of the time when you're doing shadow work, you're wearing black. That's like night versus day. During the daytime, you're wearing white because you're doing shadow work. And I'm trying to invite a couple of more people to this live so that they could get a good feel of what I'm doing. Let's see. I want to get a lot of people invited, as many as possible. Okay. Now, when you're doing shadow work, you're dealing with Ishu. That means you're doing an improv of all the things Ashe, hello. You're basically dealing with a lot of things in your past before you can deal with your spirituality. My husband has told me plenty of times, my king, that when you're doing shadow work, you have to be very careful with how you're doing shadow work. Because he says when you're doing that shadow work, you're basically fighting with your inner, I say, my goddaughter, how are you? You're basically fighting your inner demons, is what he would call them. People talk about, oh, it's no such thing as demons. And last night, the night before last, me and my husband had this conversation about how people get shadow work and light work mixed up with each other. You can't do light work until you come to full terms about what it is that's hurting you. Yes, I'm adjusting myself because, my chest will start hurting. That's gas. Hello, Shamanta. How are you? When you're dealing with shadow work, it's very important to know that you have a lot of things that's holding you back. Now, when I first started out, I just jumped right into it because, I was already open to it. My husband, he jumped right into it because he was already open to it, and we both knew what we were doing. But with me, I need to learn how to do more shadow work. I've seen my husband do shadow work for himself, and he make it look easy, but it ain't easy. Trust me. I should know. I've tried it, and it's hard, okay? You're going to go through some mood swings. You're going to get emotional. You're going to be mad. You're going to be sad. You're going to be angry. You're going to have all these different demeanors of emotions. You're going to go through everything. Depression. You just basically going to go through the rip of things. But it's important that when you're doing shadow work, you take notes and you write down everything that has hurt you. So basically, each Orisha that you get, you're going to have one on the earth, one in the spiritual realm. One works during the day, one works during the night. That's how things work. Day, night. That's why when I do my shadow work, I write down everything that has bothered me or is bothering me. And what I do is I burn it. I take the ashes and I release them away from my house. The reason for that is because you don't want that negative energy around your house. You want to take it somewhere and release it so that you will feel better. Also, when you're doing shadow work, you want to make sure that you are in a good mindset. Shadow work with people take months, years, weeks, and days. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks for some, depending on the emotional baggage that they have. If you got a lot of emotional baggage and you're trying to get close to your spiritual stuff, the best way to do shadow work is when you start taking your spiritual bath. That's when you light your candles. That's when you put your music on and you start to meditate while you're taking your spiritual bath, and you just cut off social media for a while. That's how you do your shadow work. It starts with cutting off social media for a while. You have to start eliminating people who are toxic to you. Then you have to eliminate your toxic behavior or anything that you pick up, because yes, we are empaths whether you're spiritually gifted or not. You get a journal and you just start writing everything that has happened to you from your childhood, your preteens, teen years, all the way up to your adult life. You read that journal out loud every day, that with everything that you can memorize, and you take and you look at it, analyze it, and when you get done analyzing and you get done looking at it and you get done evaluating it, you could burn it in your fireplace, or you could take it somewhere and you could get a barrel, one of them little steel barrels. They don't have to be that big. And you could burn it and you could write, "This is my past," on that particular journal. Because when you're doing your spiritual work and you're doing your spiritual improv and you're getting ready to become spiritual and you're beginning to connect with your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, and you're beginning to connect with the universe or the Orishas or your head Ori, you got to have a clear state of mind. This is what shadow work is about. You got to quiet your brain. You got to quiet your mind. You got to shut everything out and surrender to the universe. Only then can you do your shadow work. Only then can you do light work. It's going to be days when I don't go live. It's going to be at least 2-3 weeks before I go live. It's because I'm healing, I am recharging, and I'm doing my shadow work, and I'm doing my meditation. Yeah, I'll check in on social media, make sure everything is okay, blase, but I'm not going to post. I want to fully work on myself. So it's going to be days when, yes, I'm going to step away from doing a live. It may be a year or so before I do another live. It depends on how my shadow work goes down. So basically, that's how you do shadow work. Meditation, self-care, self-love, embracing yourself. The Yoruba theology teaches us that there are 201 powers of the right, Abora, Oromuli, called Orisha, whose role is to act as the protectors and facilitators of humankind. But there are also 201 powers to the left called Ajogun, demons, whose role is to present humans with challenges and obstacles. In other words, you're sitting up here, you done asked the ancestors for things, and now that you got it, you feel like you ain't got to go through no obstacles. You feel like now that you got it, you ain't got to go through no challenges. Now that you feel like now that you got it and you done got comfortable in where they done put you in, you don't have to go through a storm or two to keep what you got. So when you're ignoring your ancestors and you're only going to them when you feel like it, guess what? They're going to find ways to make you appreciate what you have. That's why it's so important to put not your Orishas, but your ancestors first, your Ogunguns first, then the Orishas first, and then your spirit guides and your angels. You have to pay attention to the people in the spiritual realm that are leading and guiding you through that spiritual part of your life. You also have to be aware and on your toes when you're doing these things. Also, you have to listen to your earthly spiritual guides, your earthly angels, and the elders that are here on earth, who I call ancestors. You have the living ancestors, and you have the ancestors that have transitioned, and you have your spirit guides on the other side. So basically, you got 3 people plus your angels. You got an earthly angel, you got your earthly ancestors, you have your earthly spirit guides, and you have your earthly Ogunguns. So you got at least 4 or 5 different people on earth that are watching you that come in the form of humans. So what they're doing is these teachers are guiding you. They're showing you and they're teaching you, and you're not listening. They're showing you and telling you what you need to be doing, but you're not listening. If somebody tell me, I need you to do this, and I don't do that, then the ancestors that have already transitioned, they are going to be the ones to put me in my place. You dig what I'm saying? They are going to be the ones to put the obstacles in my way. They are going to be the ones to decide whether or not, do I really want to answer her petition? Do I really want to do that for her or him or her? And I'm not doing what they're supposed to, what I'm supposed to do. I'm not following them. So it's basically, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to answer whatever it is? Because after you take the petition to the ancestors, then they got to take the petition to Eleggua, issue Eleggua. And then issue and Eleggua going to look at it, and they're going to be like, do we really want to answer this? Do we really want to give this to her or him? Why should we do that for them when they want to ignore us? That's like Jesus and God, basically. They give you, you don't appreciate it, you think you're above all, and guess what happens? Guess what happens? They snatch you back down to earth. You get snatched. They put obstacles in your way. They put you in storms. They make you agitated, paranoid, because they feel like they being pimped and used when it's convenient for you. So that's where the obstacles set in at and the challenges. Also, Issue's place alone is unique because he is both an Orisha and the leader of the Ajugun. He is the one deity that is found as the one on both sides of Orisha 201 and Ajogun 201. 1 plus 1 is 2. 0 plus 0 is 0. So it's 402 paths in all. 256 Odus in all. 16 of those Odus represents the 256 Odus that are supposed to be done, which represents the planets, which represents the cosmos. Also, being able to be in all places at the same time, given the name the porter voice of the Orishas by Odumare himself. Odumare doesn't take too much to do with human life. He created it. He created the earth. Obatala created the humans. So basically, this goes back to creation a little bit. What Odumare does, if he get tired of talking, basically he just sends issue Eleggua. Basically. The voice Orisha by Odumare himself for being so honest and just. The only time issue Eleggua gets out of pocket or out of character is when something has been done wrong and it has to be corrected. As the head, Ajugun Ishu commands the 8 warlords of the left agents of mischief. Aku means death. It doesn't have to be a physical death. It could be a mental death, emotional death, spiritual death, and a financial death. Or he could just take somebody that's close to you, which means he could cause so many calamities with you until it ain't funny no more until you get it. Arun means sickness. He could cause sickness. If the doctor tell you supposed to do something to help heal yourself and you don't do it, then Eleggua will step in and he will make you sick to the point where you'll be glad to listen. Also, when you're getting your Odu, when you're getting the Ipele done, the elbow done, when the Ipele chain touches you, and then they put the Ipele chain down, that's the Ipele with the coconuts on it, the coconut carrot shell, and then they read your Odu, which is the Odu for sacrifices that you're supposed to do. And then you have to have that prescription, which is the Ebo. The Ebo is the prescription and the solution to your problem. And it takes 7 days from the day to do it, depending on how serious the case is. The Ebo and the Ipele chain go hand in hand. If you do not get this did and you continue to see problem rises, that's on you, because it's on you to get it fixed. It's up to you to get the solution fixed. If you don't get it fixed, then guess what? That's your own problem, because the elbow is the balance between what is going on and what needs to be going on. So you have to have a balance. The elbow is the sacrifice to the problem. Ipe, egbe, paralysis, which means it feels like something's holding you down, but it's really not. It's just a warning that you need to be doing something right with your body. Instead of putting all kind of things in it, you need to be doing the right thing for your body. Also, that means you need to be getting enough sleep. You need to be meditating. You need to cut off the wrong people. L1, imprisonment. You don't have to be physically in prison. You can be in prison in your mind, your body, your spirit. You could be imprisoned in a bad relationship. You could be imprisoned by money, greed for money. You can be imprisoned by power, greed for power. It's different types of imprisonment. Material things. You could be imprisoned by anger. You could be imprisoned by vengeance. Prison don't have to normally be a physical prison with a uniform. It starts in your mind. Your spirit can be imprisoned by something or somebody. Okay, now, Oran, great trouble. Great trouble means you could lose your job, you could lose your house, you could lose family members because you owe spirit, you owe the Orishas, you owe the Loas, you owe the Gedes, you owe the Ogunguns. Great trouble could be in your marriage. Great trouble could be with you and a family member that don't like each other and y'all need to solve that problem. Great trouble can arise between you and your friends. Great trouble can arise with you and money. Great trouble can arise with you hurting other people. Great trouble it can be any type of great trouble that you could be going through, because when you did your elbow, you didn't do your elbow the right way, so therefore Eshu took and he rejected it. That's what could happen. So when you're doing your elbow and you got that prescription, you cannot leave anything out. When a doctor makes a prescription, he don't leave nothing out. Because if you leave something out, your body going to reject it, and then they're going to have to find another way to help you. So when you're getting your ETA done, your ETA is stating what you need to be doing. If your ETA says you do not need to be harming people, then that's what your ETA is saying. Your ETA comes after your EBO. And you get an ETA that is permanent. So you don't have more than just one ETA. You have several ETAs as you level up. Each time you level up, you get another set of Eleggua. Each time you level up, things get harder for you to do. That's why it goes back to the elbow and the Odus and the life paths of the Orishas. So basically, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then guess what? You're going to have more trouble than the law allow. Hey, not my monkey, not my circus. Que sera, sera. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Exactly, your ETA is permanent and you must follow it. Ashe, mama, yes. If that ETA is not permanent, if that ETA is permanent and you get an added ETA, that means guess what? You have to follow all ETAs that you get throughout your life until you transition. Great loss. Great loss can mean your marriage. Because issue blessed you, let me correct that. The ancestors blessed you. The Gedes and the Okunguns, they blessed you. They backed you up. You didn't give them the proper sacrifice. Issue can cause a great loss. It could be your home. It could be your child could accidentally come up with an unknown sickness. You could come up with an unknown sickness. You could lose everything you got because you refuse to pay spirit. You refuse to pay the Orishas. You refuse to pay the Ogunguns. You refuse to pay the Egedes. You refuse to pay the ancestors. You refuse to acknowledge, period. You refuse to acknowledge the lower. So that's where they step in at. That's when they start sending shit to you. For this reason, Issue is feared and he is loved by all. Issue is offered sacrifice before any other Orisha in every ceremony. He is unique in that everywhere where the manifestations are many, so are his attributes. It is said there are 256 paths, issues that one of each 256 odus of life. Now, I'm going to get my calculator. Okay. So, 256 plus 256 equals 512 life paths. If you think I'm lying, I'm not. There are 500, that's 512. Plus 201 equals 713 plus 201 equals 914. This is what you're looking at. These are the numbers you are looking at. This deals with the cosmos. This deals with the planets. This deals with your elbow. So that's how much you're looking at. And I said, hold on, I got to get back to it. That's, I said 256 plus 256 equals 512. Hold on. 512 plus 201 equals 713 plus 201. Again, 914. This is what you're looking at. So when you're dealing with these Odus, which my husband will come in and explain later on his video about the math part. I'm not good with math. I only divulge what I'm taught and what I've seen and what I read. All right, let's see. Issues that one for each 256 Odus or Ifa. In Cuba, he is generally called Eleggua, although it's commonly believed that Eleggua is a mispronunciation of Eleggua, one of Issu's many manifestations in Africa. The tradition is that Eleggua is a Hispanic form of Ilua, a praise name for Ishu, meaning handsome one. Ishu is considered the god of fate, and as such can be said to be the most important Orisha. His ability to facilitate one's aspirations as well as his being able to block them makes him indispensable. Simply stated, without issue, nothing can be accomplished. Elegbra, issue is the messenger of the Orisha and the direct contact with mankind. He who is the trickster who stands in corners and the crossroads and guards the doors of homes from evil. He is kept behind the front door of the house to keep away the evil. Because he is mischievous in nature, some traditions like Candomblé, he is known by the name Ixu, the Orisha associated with the devil, and I wish they wouldn't do that. Eleggua is way beyond good and evil. He is justice in person. He can punish or reward one for their deeds. Eleggua is the symbol of destiny, perfect balance in nature. He can create havoc in the life of one who behaves improper. Only Ishu knows the past, the future, and recourse or divination systems. Although his actions may not be justified at that moment or difficult to understand, he is just always. Eleggua punishes usually like a child being mischievous, much like a game a child would play. But when very angered, he may cause a person to be robbed or have an accident. Eleggua's favorite day is Monday. You may take him a dish of candies, rum, and cigar, also corn, smoked fish, and possum. The origins of Eleggua are mysterious. Some say he is the child of Albadwana, the lonely spirit, which is one of his aspects. Some say he changed his mother's hands and wandered off in the woods. Eleggua is the first Orisha to be fed. Without his blessing, no goodwill can be done. Eleggua also cured Obatala, who was the father to creation. In thanks, Odumare Olufa gave him the keys to all doors in order that Eleggua be first before any Orisha. So basically what I'm saying is that before any Orisha you serve, you have to serve Eleggua. But sometimes it don't work like that. And I'll divulge that information later. Also, I want to get into it about, let's see, Oshun. We talked about last week about Oshun. one or two of her paths. So can somebody please remind me about which Oshun we talked about? Because I want to make sure that I'm going to have to blow my phone up. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, here we go. I know which one I was speaking of. Her name translated means Oshun Ololorada. Her name translated means revolutionary. She loves to fight with iron and machetes. In this Kamano or avatar, she is the warrior who called us Oshun. One uses the cowbell and the machete. Okay, so I read that one. Oshun Ibu Akuaro, whose name means the Cornish hen, quail. When this Oshun comes down, one puts their finger in their ear and their hand on their head, out of respect, since they say she is the Oshun without a crown. She likes to eat with Yemaya, hens, that are ashen color. In a special case, she takes a triangle inside her sopera with 3 daggers hanging from the points. This is sort of a talisman. Born in Oyunaye, Mele, 1111, she eats Cornish hens. She takes a headband made in the form of a snake, the size of her child's head. She takes a Maja snake with feathers of a Cornish hen that decorates her Tanaja. She has a secret name known to her children. She takes 2 long spears, 2 large oars, 2 Cornish hens, a boat, a moon, a mirror, a sword, a needle, a fan, a double axe, 10 bracelets, 10 arrow of Ochosi. She likes 5 scarves, green and yellow. Next to her sopera, she likes a sewing cushion, a deer antler, and a cowbell. And her basin of Akuro, the lives that lives beside her. This baston is made from mango roble that is washed and fed with Oshun in a large ceremony. Can't give out details. Ashojano was the husband of this Oshun. This baston is called Akanoro. Symbolizes a Eleggua. Others say her husband, for this its name. This its name. So basically, Oshun is just not just the pretty Oshun that you see. There are different aspects of Oshun. Oshun Ibu Ana. Her name means owner of the drums, is born in the Odun Oturo Pond, Ogbe. Others say in the Odun Ofun Ogbe 10-8. She lives on top of a drum different from the Bata. She takes 3 drums in front of her and a orzan. Her crown is the size of the person that is her child and carries 3 drums, 3 guratos, 2 spears, 2 oars, 10 rings, and 10 fish hooks. Others say her name means she who does not hear the drum, but runs to it. One of the characteristics of this Oshun is she hears nothing. One must ring 5 bells at one time for her to hear. Her children have to beg her for her help. The Ara, they call her Nawidayato. Okay, this sound more like me. Oshun Anna. Her name is translated to She who loves the arguing or famous for the arguing. She lives in Tanzania. She takes a fan of bronze covered in bells and caracals. Others say a regular fan covered in 25 bells and 25 caracals washed in Oshun. But this fan is not given to her till she asks for it. Along with her normal tools, one puts a sun, a moon, a machete, a sickle, and a hoe. Her crown takes a fan, a pick, a hoe, a cauldron, and I'm not talking about the hoe on the street, okay? A cauldron, 5 rings, a snake, 5 feathers of laurel, a stindigi, a comb, a motorboat, a sunflower, a double axe, scissors, and a ladder of 5 steps, a drum, and a mirror. So each Oshun is different. Not all the Oshuns are the same. Oshun Ibu Yimu. Her name means one echo is born from which the woman is not pregnant. Within the context of the Oshuns, they say this Oshun truly is deaf. Her physical characteristics is her excessive beauty. Many say she is born in Odun Akamele. Others in Oshefun 510. In her attributes, she takes 5 bugles and a cowbell. They cover her in 5 scarves of silk of green and yellow. Also, she takes 5 machetes, a horse, 10 bracelets, 25 arrows, 25 pieces of chain. One puts a basket full of everything to sew and knit, for this keeps her busy. She is owner of the insect, the wasp, dominator of snakes. This is where the dominator comes in at. The horse she takes is called Alguiro. She sits on a pillion of bronze. In her Adamus, she like Quambobo, that's taken 5 days later to the current of the river to win her favor. One should put a large axe to her. She takes a orzin as me. The details, this Oshun is great and honored in business. The Ararat call her Tokosi. So there are plenty of aspects of her. So when you're getting initiated, ladies, and you're getting Oshun, please ask which Oshun you're going to get. Please do. Now, if there are any ladies in here, please get this book, The Sacred Woman. It's very important that you do so. Before I log off, before I get out of this group, my husband's group, so he could come on. I'm sure I done took up a lot of time reading. Would anyone like a 5-card reading for $5? Because if not, I'm going to be going on my page live, and I'm going to be going there, and I'm going to be reading, but I'm going to also be teaching a little bit. Ashe, Tanya, my daughter, I'm going to need you to go look at my videos so you'll know where to start at. Haley, sure, I can read you. Is it okay to pull you up on camera or no? Because I don't want to pull you up and you don't want to be pulled up. Because if not, hello, my handsome husband, how are you? But when you're dealing with Oshun, you have to be very specific about which Oshun you're going to get. When you're dealing with Eleggua, you got to know which Eleggua you going to get. Issue Eleggua you going to get. Okay, that's good. I won't pull you up on camera. That's why my husband was telling me I need to be very careful about who I ask about Eleggua to. I see you, my husband. I love you. Ashe. Alafia. Another thing. You can't do nothing without the Ashe, okay? I hate when people say, well, I can manifest this. You, like my husband said, and it's been told to both of us too, and he done said it plenty of times. You can't do nothing without the Ashe. You can't do nothing without that. If you think you can manifest, go right on ahead. When you manifest, let me know how that turns out for you. That's just like the house of Ogun. There are different aspects of Ogun. There's different aspects of each Orisha that you get. All right. Haley, you already know my Cash App. So, furred and feathered friends, appreciate everything on earth. Appreciate everything that you see. Even down to the animals. Respect and love the animals. And if you had it your way, you'll probably have a zoo in your house. Balance forces. Haley, I just had a reading with you not too long ago. You're still not balancing yourself. You're not balancing yourself. You need to balance yourself, sweetheart. And the infinite. Balance and infinite go together. You have to be infinite in everything that you do. You have to in order to have that infinite, you got to have that balance. In order to have that balance, you got to be infinite in everything you do. You cannot be an infant. I need you to quit being I need you to quit doing that. I need you to be more infinite. I need you to be more balanced. What I need you to do is align yourself and heal yourself. Awakened awareness. You're beginning to have awakened awareness to what is going on around you, but I need you to be more open in everything that you're doing. I don't need you to hide. And this is your 5-card reading for $5. Water, the overflow. Like my husband says, water purifies the body. Water purifies the spirit. Water purifies the soul. Water purifies the mind. It changes your way of thinking. It changes your way of talking. Just like he told me, my darkness is my light. That's how you know who's real, who's fake, who ain't there for you, and who is. All right, Tanya. Let's see where you at. Like and share, because I need people to share this video. Let's grow our group. Ashe. Let's grow this group. Let's get me and my husband's group growing. Paradigm shift. Air. I need you to go through your shifting, Tanya. It's time to shift, my daughter. I need you to quit worrying about so much stuff. Soul Star Chakra, merging with the divine. We had this conversation before. I need you to merge with your divine self. When you merge with your divine self, you can merge with the ultimate divine. And root chakra, ground and center. I need you to center yourself, and I need you to ground yourself. I need you to stand firm on it, whatever it is that you believe. your freedom, the dragonfly. You want to be free? What I need you to do is appreciate what you have. And let me see. One more card, the 5-card reading for $5. Transformation. It is time for you to go through your transformation, sweetheart. It's time for you to transform yourself for the better. Because level 2 ain't gonna wait for you to catch up with it. I need you to be catching up. Would anybody else like a reading? Because once I get done on this in this group that my husband has, I'm gonna be going live on my page. So if you want a reading now, please like, share, and comment. Because I'm about to leave off of here and I'm about to go live on my page. Would anybody like a reading? All right. If not, I would like to thank my ancestors. I would like to thank the Gedes, the Ogunguns. I would like to thank Eleggua for opening up the doors, opening up the roads for me. I would like to thank Oshun for allowing me to speak about her. I would like to thank Eleggua Ishu for letting me speak on his behalf about him and explain his attributes as well. I would like to thank my spirit guides. I would like to thank my guardian angels and everything that they have been helping with me on the other side. I would like to thank Ishu, Eleggua, and Oshun for bringing my husband to me. I would like to thank the ancestors for my family members and for bringing my husband to me. May they continue to protect and guide us. I hope that me and my husband's group get bigger, because the bigger we get, the more we could deliver the messages and teach those who need to be taught. But until next time or the following week, I will be coming on here to do my live again, and I hope it be more people watching. But if you can't watch due to because you got to work, that's fine too. So you can watch this live later on after it done been uploaded, and share it. Let people see what we are about. This group is about family. This group is about love, understanding, and that divine knowledge. Ashe, Alafia, peace and blessings.